Hello all, welcome back. If you're looking at this on Instagram, it means I've managed to keep it under 15 minutes, which is fantastic. And if you're looking at it, I wanted to show you what it is first that I've been working on. There's 2 other steps on YouTube. So this is a collage so far and some paint, some acrylic paint of my windowsill with the roses and the teacups. That lovely teacup on top I got from my daughter a couple of years ago with a candle in it. It's one of my favourite teacups, so that's from Hope. And then the other one I bought for myself, the one that it's sitting in. I don't know if you can really see them all that clearly, but they're inspiring for me to paint anyway. Okay, so I'm going to stick on this bit of whitish paper to describe the whitish rose that's there. There's a few more whitish roses, but you know what, I'm going to leave them. There's actually another yellow one. I could put the yellow one up there. I feel like it might be useful to have a splash of yellow up in that corner. So I put in a touch of the yellow, and it's extending beyond the page true to form. In fact, the yellow would be even higher than the pink. But I think it'll do like that for now. And then I might end up using some chalk pastels for the greenery. I've got these amazing soft pastels here that I got from my friend Claire. Shout out to the wonderful Claire Watkins, fantastic painter, and represented by the Art of Watercolour magazine. She'll be cringing now if she hears this. Right, but she's a great painter. Now, so I'm wanting to bring in some more. I didn't expect it to be that dark there. Just something more in the area of the leaves. So I'm going to go for a lighter green. It's a yellow green really that I'm needing there. Maybe this one. I mean, it's quite limey, but I think it'll work, because I want to represent the light coming through on the veins there. There's some flashes of really bright light. I'm going to use my non-dominant hand because I can understand that I've got a tendency to go a bit more to be a bit safe when I'm using my other hand, and I end up losing sometimes the life in a thing. Oh my goodness, that rose looks like it's way off. Position wise, it should be higher up, shouldn't it? I just lift it off. That's the joy of collage. You can kind of lift and reposition as long as you put some more glue on the blessed thing. Let's see now. Yeah, I'll lift that up higher because I want there to be more space of green here. And I'll put it back on again, that bigger one. Might as well go back on there. Yeah, still works with the white one. Okay, that's fine. So I'm using this really quite bright green. It's more of a yellow green, isn't it? And now I'll go for, let's see what this looks like. It's kind of a grey, more than a green. And I could use that possibly here to cover the pink behind that leaf. Yeah, and I'll get a darker colour again that I can use to continue the dark of the greenery down to meet the jug. And I think I'll bring it down a little bit lower, having realised that there's more green space there. It's kind of tricky sometimes, it depends on what's underneath, but the glue underneath now, it's tricky to get the chalk to work there, but it's working well enough for me. And it's okay sometimes for there to be wildcard patterns arising when you're not really planning them. More than okay really, it actually informs brings a new energy when something unexpected occurs. Alright, so standing back is also a very helpful thing to do, to regularly stand back. Just switching hands again as soon as I notice that I need to do something a little bit more organic, and I roll the chalk in order to get a line that's again a bit more organic. And I see that there's some beautiful bright yellowy greens again occurring at the tips of those greens in the rose. Oh, the cloud is sailing off into the sky, off into the blue yonder. And that to me looks a bit yellow in the middle there, so I'm going to smudge that out with some sap green. That'll do. Okay, Now, what's the story with the teacup and things, I wonder? Let me see first. Am I done here? You see this, you could get really seriously trigger happy with this wonderful array of colour. Like, for example, this lovely turquoise might work for the light on the jug and give me an opportunity to make the handle sit with the rest too. That's okay. That's okay, right. Usually I'd keep those for the very end, the chalk pastels, but something made me want to bring out the leaves a little bit more there. And maybe too, even something a bit more to describe the inside of the roses there. This kind of yellow ochre colour. It's wanting to fly away again, that one. A bid for freedom. Now, what else do I have? Can you see all right? Not really. I know it's very dark. Look, do you know what I'm going to do for an experiment? I'm going to just let you see the picture on its own for a short while, because I don't want you to only I don't want there to be too much backlit and for you not to be able to see the picture. Okay, so now I've got this white oil pastel that'll allow me to, if I can find it, there it is, it'll allow me to make some things clearer, I think. Just find the flashes. There's really white in there too, but sure I can't. It's extending onto the drawing board, so I'll need to put some paper behind that if I want to do any more there. But there are some gaps. Geez, the easel's got a life of its own this morning. Come on now. Play ball. Okay. Yeah. I was just checking that you could see all right. I think it's a little bit better light-wise. And the spaces in between the leaves, that really they would be the colour of the grass outdoors. But I'm just using white for now. And I think I'll bring in some grey as well, because the background gets dark down here. The grey can extend. It's tearing off on its own there. I may as well let it come off if it wants to come off. Around for where the saucers are. And the teacup. Maybe a circle there of white. And then on that side it'll be dark again. The edge of the cups. Dark over there. And I won't really get the base of the jug in. I'll only get a part of it. I'll get a part of the base in. And a part of the base of the teacup, of the saucers. And I wonder, am I okay with that? And I think I'm going to accept that that's what's happening. That the base won't be fully in there. Because the other option would be to put more paper down there. And I don't think I'll do that. Okay, so what next? I'm kind of saying to myself, it's important to put something there to describe the inside of the cup. But maybe first I can just use, maybe first what I could use there is just some ink. Some ink and a stick to draw with, to describe the shapes I'm wanting to find here. So the outside edge of the cup, as it extends up and around there. Yeah, and then there's the handle, and then the other cup which it sits in I want to describe as well, and I think I'll still continue with the Indian ink and the stick to describe the other cup beneath it that it's holding. And then the handle there. I haven't become emotional today. I was just thinking that. What's missing? Ah, tears. But you know, it struck me that it's quite a good start, or it's a good thing to include in a day. I was telling my friend yesterday, if if I don't manage to be present at any other point in the day, at least I know if I do a 10-minute drawing or something, I am present then. I am looking at what's here in front of me and settling myself down to make something in response to that. And that combination spells presence for me. Seeing, looking and drawing down. Looking and drawing down. It just brings me back into the moment. Yeah, there was a fantastic sunshine on the reservoir this morning, and you know, there's been I've had a kind of a ritual around the stones there, because the Gladhouse reservoir is surrounded by stones, and you know, you'd be kind of walking your way, inching your way across the stones to get into the water. So I've got acupuncture under my feet as well as a start to the day. But anyway, the stones have been something that I've used as a kind of almost like a medium to make stuff with. And I found it quite a helpful thing at the beginning when I wanted to feel like there was a fortress around me and my family. I made a fortress of stones. I didn't realise until I was actually doing it. This is what it is, like a kind of a built up wall, and then inside I would place stones to represent the family and things, and maybe some water from a holy well in Ireland, and you know, that kind of carry on. And then the next day, then, you know, the fortress wall started to gradually shine out and become something different. There was kind of a circle with stones extending out the way, and then it made its way into a massive heart with a circle in the centre, which had a kind of a mini fortress around it. And so that's where it was at when I went over this morning. But there was loads of green stuff that had been washed up, quite nice, like weeds and grasses and things that had been washed up on the edge of the lake. And so I used that to make a green heart around, to make a wall of green. But it felt more like a healing thing than a fortress. It felt more like a new growth, like capacity for change. And I really felt it, you know, in a deep and very heartful way. And having had a tough day yesterday, it was such a breath of fresh air to feel that the notion, you know, the kind of belief really that healing is on its way. Healing in a small way and healing in a big way. So it's my prayer that it's the same for you in your lives, that there's that kind of faith, that healing, whatever it means to you, is already underway. It feels like that is the case, is already underway. Okay. So if you want to see a picture of that, I took a few pictures of that heart with the green around it, and I'm going to put them in my newsletter. If you're not already subscribed, you could subscribe to the newsletter, and it'd be lovely to stay in touch with you that way too, every 2 weeks. So let me know in the comments below if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, and I'll send you my email address. See, I wanted to make that a little bit brighter. I felt it got a bit dark with all the ink and everything, and a bit outliney. Excuse me. So I'm just going to put on a little bit more collage to brighten up again. And I'm not sure what to put in the centre. My idea there is some Payne's grey and white acrylic to create I can find the white, but I can't find the grey so far. What's this now? No, everything but. Oh, I've got Pritt stick, that's handy. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I didn't find the Payne's grey, but I've got a brown that might work. I want to stop at 15, you see. Okay, which only gives me 30 seconds to do this last gesture. And what I'm wanting to do is paint some kind of a colour on the inside of that cup. Oh God, 20 seconds left. Da, 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 da. Okay, so just something to describe the inside of the cup there. And I'm going to tune out now. Thanks for joining me. It's only a Divine here. Bye.